Hey, that reminds me of the Anaconda Plan. Have you ever heard of it?
No, what's the Anaconda Plan?
Well, it was a plan that the North had in the Civil War, and what they did was they cut the South off with supplies, so that way they didn't have supplies to fight anymore.
Wow.
And this set off a chain of events. This led to some great inventions in naval warfare.
Huh, that's interesting. Tell me more.
What are you doing with that coin? Speaking of coins, have you heard this awesome new song?
Yeah, I did hear it actually. Anaconda something?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Anaconda Plan?
No? What is the Anaconda Plan?
Well, baby got back. The Anaconda Plan was during the Civil War, and it brought on this whole new naval warfare stuff. And so there are these two men who kind of worked with submarines. Their names were James McClintock and Baxter Watson, and they needed to get funded for all their submarine building. So they brought on Hunley to fund it, and well, someone's got to build it, so they brought on Lieutenant George Dixon, and he built this. And the crazy thing about George Dixon is that he was in the Civil War himself, and his beautiful wife gave him a coin to put in his pocket, and he got shot at, and the bullet hit the coin and saved his life.
So you're telling me he didn't die just because of that coin?
Yeah, but the coin didn't save him on his last journey, and that was in that submarine, the Hunley submarine, that went down after it was the first submarine to ever hit a naval ship. It went down, and poor Lieutenant George Dixon went down with him. And recently, they just discovered that submarine, and the coin was still with them.
How cool!
I know.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What are you doing with that?
Oh, just taking it to the shop.
What is it?
It's a piece of iron. Feel how heavy this is.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of iron, have you ever heard of the Hunley submarine?
No, what is that?
Well, it was the submarine that they built back in the Civil War. It was the very first submarine to actually shoot another ship. And it was made out of pure iron. It
Really?
was 40 foot long, 4.5 feet high, and 4 foot across.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty cool. Can you imagine that big of a submarine made out of purely iron and how heavy that would be?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and then the hatches were only 20 inches wide. That's where they got in the holes in the submarine. And these big army guys had to get in with their hands above their head because they could barely even fit through the holes.
Wow, that doesn't even sound like fun.
Yeah.
What is the blue light on there for?
Well, I'm not really sure. I've heard there was myths and stuff, but I'm not really sure what the blue lantern is for.
How about I look it up? Oh, it says here that if the Hunley crew accomplished their mission, historical records indicate the prearranged signal was to shine a blue light. Once those waiting for the submarine's return on shore recognized the signal, they would light a fire to guide the crew back to Sullivan's Island.
Huh. So it means they were successful, but they must have thought they were successful before they actually were, because that thing ended up sinking.
Anaconda, my anaconda, my anaconda.